Hi everybody, hope you're doing well today. Today I wanted to talk about what is failure. You know, so many times none of us like to fail. I know I don't. But it's the interpretation of what failure is. And sometimes when I look at something, I look at it as a lesson, but also I look at it as something that's grooming me for something that I need to become. And when I say that, it took me a lot of years to get it. So if I can pass it on to you and you can learn it a lot quicker, that's my gift to you. But, all kidding aside, failure is something sometimes that needs to be done. Where we make the mistake is that we're repeating the same failures. That is something that I need to always discuss. I always say to people, you don't want to make the same mistake, just the faces keep changing. Well, that's something you don't want to keep doing. So sometimes we'll have different scenarios, but we're still making that same mistake. And that's something that you need to really, really be cautious. Watch what you're doing. Be aware of what you're doing. Sometimes people will say it a different way just to make themselves believe that they didn't fail. The first rule of thumb is really realizing that you tried something and it didn't work. And that's okay to admit that. That's not failure because you did try. Or you stay, you're in a bad relationship, but you've got nothing else going on. I might as well just stay. I'm not going to be alone for the rest of my life. I can't do that. Well, and I always tell people, sometimes leaving isn't failure, staying is. So understanding the degree of what the failure can do to your life. Is it crippling you? Is it handicapping you? If you're not becoming the best person you can be because of the situation you are in, it's time to rethink. Are you a person that's in denial? Are you enabling your loved one somehow because you just can't deal with their failure? So understanding why it's becoming a failure. Sometimes it's even our own actions because we refuse to really see the truth in it. And that sometimes is more frightening than anything else. But when you look at things in a deeper way of why this is not working, I don't believe it's not that you're not trying hard enough. I truly believe it's our angels trying to say and get our attention, hey, you're hitting the brick wall. That's not the way you're supposed to go. Make a right, make a left, but don't keep going in the brick wall. It's a hard thing. And I say this to people, even with parents, when they see that their kids, they may have a learning disability or, they may suffer from depression. What you need to do is see the situation for truth. When you don't, that's failure. Now, what do you do when you see it for truth? Well, now you can actually decide and be better and actually decide, okay, now I know what I see. Now I know what I have to change. Sometimes people are afraid to change. And people are afraid to change because they're unsure of the unknown. But remember something, change is growth. And we all need growth. Some change is for the bad, sometimes it's for the good. But either way, it enlightens us in such a big way. Whether it's good, whether it's bad, we're coming out knowing a little bit more. The key thing is not to be bitter. Learn from it, but don't get stuck in it. Don't get stuck in those thoughts. Don't have those repetitive thoughts. Well, it didn't work out, and that's it. So now anything that comes your way, you're going to have those same thoughts because of the same scarring you had in the past. What you need to do, when you make a mistake, honor the mistake. Listen, I make mistakes all the time, and if I make mistakes and I say it, hey, I say it, I'm sorry, I screwed up. But I will tell you, I will really not make the same mistake twice. That much I'm very aware of. I've always been that way. I don't want to do the same thing. If I have to learn new mistakes, fine, because you're growing, you're learning. Don't be so hard on yourself. But when you're not getting anything from the mistake, that truly is the failure. So remember that next time. Remember your approach and what you are getting out of it says more to where you're going, because that really will condition you in how you're going to feel, the kind of person you're going to evolve in, and if you're going to get the happiness. That happiness comes from inside, but how you see it and how you allow yourself to evolve because of the mistake. So I hope this enlightened you. Subscribe to my YouTube, and looking forward to next week. You take care. All my love. Take care. Bye-bye.